Thokozani. Thokozani. Ngiyanibingelela nonke. Asilwaneni. It's 5 minutes past 12. As I had promised, I'll be live. I'll be going live. So I'm doing as I promised. I'm hoping to do 30 minutes to an hour. I'm not sure how long the live will take as of yet. But I would love to complete into besikhuluma ngayo last, with the hopes that abantu bazongena kwi-live sikhulume, ngiqedelele lokhu engikuqalile, vele ngihlala ngenze njalo nalokho isikhathi singangivumeli ngayo ngezinye iy'nkathi. Ngiyabingelela. I'll wait for people to come on live. Akwaphi ngiyahe khona. Thokozani. Whilst I'm waiting for people, let me fix a few things. Come on, people. Ngiyazi imajority yenu ihleli aninzi lutho. Ngokungani ningalog in. Ngasho ngathi it's a Friday. Abantu bamatasa. So I'll just sit here and do my work. ngiyabingelela. Ngibingelela kuyena wonke umuntu who watches i-videos zesilwane. On our previous live earlier today, the topic was the do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. This topic is centered kubantu abathwasayo. It's centered kubantu abasele bethwasile. It's centered kubantu abathwasisayo nalaba abasezawuthatha uhambo lokuthwasa. The do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. Reason why I choose to ngabingelela tingani ngabingelela kumngani. The reason why I choose this description kule topic kungoba there are a lot of errors that derail abantu abathwasayo and give ammunition to people who are against ukuthwasa. So rather let people know what to do and what not to do. Mhla umuntu engena ekuthwaseni or ethabatha uhambo or uhambo lokuthwasa. I use uhambo because ukuthwasa is a journey. It's a journey of becoming where you come across things within you that were there and you discover things you didn't know were there. So there is a sense of confusion as far as ukuthwasa is concerned, as far as ubungoma is concerned. This is due to a whole lot of, they're not teachings. They are just things that are thrown in the faces of those who don't know. So having that being thrown to you as a life ring, you don't know what else to do outside holding on to it. Thus kunabantu abathwasayo with religious understandings. It will always get sensitive ngoba I won't sway from the religious part of things ngoba ngifuna uyikhucula lento. Ngifuna uyikhucula lento yabantu who think ukuthwasa and religion go together or is the same thing. It is not. They don't go together. They are not the same thing. And there is not a point where they meet. I've run out of words that I can use where I'm still diplomatic. All of the words that are left in my head now don't allow me to be diplomatic. about this thing. There's not a point, none whatsoever, where a particular religion is aligned. Nokutwasa. There's not a point in the face of existence where ukutwasa and religion meet. They don't have a crossroad. They don't have a joint road. The path is non-existent. And reason why I'm contemplating this thing, it's because I'll be chasing the same people I want to help away. But there comes a point where there's this saying where something that has to go will go. If something has to go, it will go. If something has to stay, it will stay. So I think I am at that point, but now I'm contemplating the jump, or I'm contemplating the trigger pull. I have one in the chamber, and I just don't want to pull the trigger. If I do pull the trigger, I'll help a lot of people. But if I do pull the trigger, I will destroy a lot of people. And now it is the destruction that I'm contemplating. Destruction comes with readiness. Remember the saying of the horse? You can take a horse to a river, but you can't force the horse to drink. You can give 1,000 people the same information, but you can't force those people to receive that information. There's a point where I'm telling you information, then there's a point where you are receiving the information. That is the breaking point that defeats most people. Abantu abaninzi bamamele kodwa beva. Abantu abaningi balalele kodwa bezwa. Many people are listening, but they don't hear the message. They are not at the point of receiving the information. People think ukumamela is just nje ukumamela. Ukumamela is just ukumamela. The only point ukumamela is effective is reciprocation. It's the point where you receive the information. That's where that information becomes knowledge. A whole bunch of information becomes knowledge where you receive information and can implement that information. Then you are no longer informed, you are knowledgeable. Many people are informed, but the basis of information, you are holding a ton of information that is useless to you because you do not know what to do with that information. Let me just drop this and say something else. Something that I hope most of you will receive. Especially laba basebathwasile. Kukhona isiqendu ekuthwaseni lapho kuvuselwa khona. Then there is a particular group of people. Some in that group bathwasile, but most in that group abathwasanga, abathwasile. We call those people mabujwa. Those people amabujwa are solely emgidini or emanjomaneni for entertainment purposes. They are only, nothing more. They are there to entertain bantu. They are there to gida. They are there to sing ugombela. They're just there to give life to mgidi. Wait a second. Now, there is a group inside amabusho etwasile. Out of 100, the group consists of 5%. Meaning, out of 100 people, that 5% could be 2 people. Out of 100 ye mabusho, only 2 bathwasa kwamampela, bathwasile. Those people can imitate idlozi to the point whereby you say, yo, if I was you'd be on some yeses. Shit. And they can make you, if you're insecure and you're not sure, they can make you feel as if lento wenoyenza or ozoyenza after bona. It won't suffice. They raise that level of insecurity. Kungani uthetha lento ethethayo thukela? Reason ngisho lento ngangolu hlobo. I'm going back to the point where I say many people have a bunch of useless information they cannot put into action. I used useless in front of information. I said useless information because you have the information, but it's useless because there is no point of implementation within that information. Information only becomes knowledge if you can implement the information you have. Then it's no longer information, it's knowledge. If you know, typical example, you can learn theory of driving a car, but until you drive a car, you have useless information that you cannot implement. You can tell a person that before you do this, you unyatheli clutch, then do that, ufake first gear. You can tell a person all of those things, but if you can't implement them, you are as useless as that information. So you are not knowledgeable of what you're talking about, meaning you lack experience of what you're talking about. You lack the practical part of what you're talking about. And the worry is going to be, where does this thing all connect? It connects to the people abatwasayo. How? It connects to the people abatwasayo, where the majority of them are told things they can't put into practice. where ungene egodlweni uthwase 6 months, 8 months, and then ukhishwe. Mhla ukhishwa, you go out with a bag of imithi, or a couple of bags maybe, and a book full of written spells. So you basically have a book of shadows, meaning you have information. Useless information. Because if you can't conjure up any of those spells, if you can't put those spells into use, you are as useless as that information. If you lack the ability of Gaia, ikubalu, in 6 months, you are as useless as that bag, and you will be stale nangemithi njengangemithi le obuye nayo. Ngoba abanye babuya nayo, then abanye bayazithengela. They come back with a list of shit they received from Ugobela that they can't use, and then it's just that. Alright, ngishilo ke lapho abantu abathwasa khona. Kulaba sebathwasile, point of useless information ihlangana apha ithukela. Point of useless information kukuthwasa uqede ungayiboni lento oyithwaselayo. For you uthwase 1 year, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 2 years, 5 years, I don't care. But the point where you have useless information, kuhlale ekudlweni without grinding ugobela, where ubona ugobela wakho sekunikeze amagona amaselo, ungawazi le magona avuswe kanjani, ungawazi le magona asebenzelani. You're only told that le gona lizokuphathela imali, leli lizokungenisela emathwasa, leli lizokwenzela lokhu, and you take that at face value, and then ukhishwe 3 months to a year uyasebenza, and then you confirm that le nto baba wakho akwenzele yona iyona. But now the part where you are at fault and you are regarded as a person who carries useless information is if that same knowledge cannot be passed down from you to Twasa. Twasa uyabuza baba yini le? Asigubhu mvanami. Senzani isigubhu? Singilandele imali. Usho njani baba? Hayi ngiyasiyalela. Baba usho njani? Yebo uyasiyalela. Sikulandele imali. That is clear. Usho njani? Kuthi lesigubhu. Senzani lesigubhu? Hayi silanda abantu. If a person gives you those type of explanations, they don't know what they're talking about. To be knowledgeable means ngithi kusona lesigubhu ngenza A, B, C, D. Reason for A is because of such. Reason for B is because such. Clear explanations. Now, Uthokoza knows exactly why mhla akhishwa ezawuhamba ekhaya nesigubhu or negona or isigqobo. Isigqobo sikhafulela umsebenzi kuyehluka. Kukhona abantu abayibika ukuthi bona bazizangoma. Zangoma esijulile futhi bangumpondo sihlanjiwe. Kodwana banezinto emakhosini, endumbeni, emsamo kubo abangazazi ukuthi sisetshenziswa kanjani noma sisetshenziselwani. Useless information. Okay. Now let's go to the people abangena ekuthwaseni with useless information. The point where ungena ekuthwaseni with useless information is the point where you are being told or you are led to understand that wena uyathwasa unedlozi. It's true. It might be true if uyathwasa kwamambele. Let's just say uyathwasa. It's true. But do you know where the part of useless information is? Is where you can't live that truth. How can I not live that truth? Okay. Ngithi mina namuphi thwasa ngimelapha ngethongo lasekhaya ngoku. Yes. You believe that. All right. And then at the point of bigeleling uthwasa ngingalilinde lelithongo ngenze mina ngendlela ithongo lasekhaya ngithi elangilama ngalo or langilama ngakhona. It happens. Kukhona izangoma ezingayiboni inkqubo yokuthwasa ngoba lento ayizangenzeka kuona. Umuntu akutshela ukuthi mina ngeke nze ngiyithwasise into engazange ngiyithwase. Pho uthwasa lo umamkelelani? Muzokwenza intando yakho ukuthwasa, ubumamkelelani? Why did you accept lo thwasana? Why did you recruit lo thwasa? Ngoba ibanye ba recruiter. Why did you recruit lemvana? If you're gonna deny her or him what Ilutlagubo wants from them. Why? If you are going to insist on what you claim to know, which might not be true even, or might not be accurate, or might not be productive as far as ukuthwasa kwalemvana is concerned, why do it? So ukuthwasa kwakho nokuthwasisa kwakho wena is one-sided. It's your way or no way. That's where ukubhanqa kwebamvana kuqala khona, or ukubhanqa kwebantu kuqala khona. The confusion begins right there. The confusion begins right there. So the alignment of lo umuntu ongena ekuthwaseni is broken because now they had information that was promising help. Now it's projecting doom. They're doomed. Because now, whether they are aware of it or not, the fact that isangoma lesi sikuthwasisayo is against ile nto eyifuna lidlodlakini, you're doomed. You're already lost as a sangoma. Uhambo awukalithabathi nakahle. Ubaba wedla ngokuthi, and I did not understand at the time. Ethi laba beqayo ngabone bathwasayo. I was like, what the fuck? What do you mean? Wash. What did limvana kusolisayo kuthwaseni oyena lo thwasayo lo weqayo uvele. Laba abeza ekuthwaseni bazi futhi bahlale kunakala bahlale, akusho khona ukuthi idlozi alibabekeli, kusho khona ukuthi bona bathwasi. It's not easy. It's not easy. Yes. Friday evening, the do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. Ngabingelela makehla. Asingeneni mangoni, asingeneni. Asibuzeni futhi, ningosabi kubuza. Noma uyezwa ukuthi lento ayikhulumayo lo ayihlangani noma akusiyona. Here's a free platform. Say what you must. Say what you must. Tozan. I won't sway away from the topic, but I'll just look at my bimbili, come back and talk to you some more. Ngifuna ukubheka le ndaba yesilwane nendaba yokuhlangana kwedlozi mumuntu ethwasa. Lapho ke ngizonyathela khona. Ngiyazi bengithi ngizobuyela kuyona Sunday or Monday. Ngodwana, we have the time now. Why not? Thokozani. You are tuning in to Lives with Eslaneni FM. They always echo. I don't know why. I should have my own radio station or radio show. And around this time, this is the perfect hour for me. Nganbonani. Or sanbonani. Yes. Yeah. Nihleli nesilwane. Yes. Yeah. Midnight FM. Esilwaneni. Yes. I don't think the Amaza voice would work for me. It's an Amaza voice. It won't work for me. Thokozani. The do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. Or things you need to pay attention to. Mutwasa. If people were to listen to me, shit, I would put a lot of sangomas out of business. And only the bogus sangomas would be out of business. Sangomas better would thrive. Yabona? Laba bafana bomathengithengisa. Shit, they would want to hit me physically. They would want to punch me across the face. Because now, but only only if the people are receiving the information. If they're receiving the information, I'm slowly closing the tap. I'm slowly closing the tap. Now only izangoma ezithwasisa into eyona will prevail, will thrive. Only izangoma ezithwasile kwamampela will triumph. And now, if izangoma ezithwasa kwamampela, we will see what people would say about izangoma then. People now have bad things to say about izangoma because of ebantu abeqe ekuthwaseni babuya bathi bathwase baqeda, or abantu abahluleke ekuthwaseni benza urush or izinto ezingathwasile kahle nezingazi ukuthi zikhuluma ngani. I've been calling out a lot of izangoma. I've been calling out a lot of izangoma. For those who say izinto engizikhulumayo azikho, now is the time. This be your platform. And all of these TikTok consultations, they would end. They would end in a week. Only if the information I distribute would pass that fast. Only. Izinto a person should be aware of mhlethwasa. We're still on the topic of do's and don'ts ekutwaseni. We're talking about ukuthwasa. Kusesilwaneni la. Uthukela mina. Yimi silwane. Ngiyabonga. Sikotsa kanobile list. Yimi umnikazi waso. Thokozana. Makehla. Lalelani. Nakho kunye. I'm just trying to gather amagama right. I need to be, when I'm going to give you information that I would like for you to take note of, I need to be mindful of what I say and how I say it. Because I want you to receive it how I intended it to be received. Toss. Mawuthwasa or ma ungenile ekuthwaseni, okay, let me put it this way. Number one, nguwe wena mntu womoya odetach kumoya. Nguwe, you, wena mntu wenyama odetach emoyeni. I've always preached this to people. Umuntu wenyama detaches from umoya. You are a train, umoya, sporo. You are a train, then the spiritual is the railway. It is you, the train, that derails. Hello? It is you, the train, that derails. You detach from the railway. The railway remains there. Hello? What do you mean by this together? There is this saying that abantu abadala bakufulathele. That was a respecting term, as to say, when usukile elififeni. Hello? That was a respectful term to say, wena mntu wenyama, usukile elififeni. Where am I going with this? Kukhona lento yebantu ekuthiwa mabebhulelwa bathi bashiwe amadlozi, kuthiwa idlozi selakushiya wena, or awusenalo idlozi, or all of these terms, man. I don't know. I'm not there when you guys receive the information, but I know the baseline of the information nineniyitholayo kulezi ndawo nikhamba kuzona. For isangoma sikutshela lokho, sisho khona ukuthi you have detached from grace. Yeah, I'm using terms now you're going to understand. You cannot not understand these terms. I'm using terms now that are relevant to you guys. Usukile wena elifefeni. Spiritual can't move from you. You, even if I would say this in terms of an elevator, you need to climb into the elevator or climb the stairs even. The point of being a higher self or being spiritual is being at the peak of your building. And it is your duty to get to the peak of the building, not the building to come to you. No. It is for you to climb the mountain, not the mountain to come to you. Comprende? Hello? Is that understood? Ngoba angili nezangoma ezitshele abantu ukuthi idlozi lakini likushiyile or idlozi likufulathele, or yes, I understand what they mean, but I've seen through the years that people don't understand what izangoma mean. Isangoma mhlake sithi kuwena idlozi selakushiya. They are kindly telling you that you are no longer there. You are no longer there. It is you who have climbed the mountain and decided to do something else halfway in the climbing, and you are the one who fell down to the bottom of the mountain. The mountain is still there. Idlozi is still there. It is you who detach from idlozi. Yes. So kulaba abantu abathwasayo nabasebathwasile, ngoba nalaba abasebathwasile abayibika ukuthi bamagobela bahlanye, bafana nje nalaba abangazi lutho. Bafana ngube engqowe one, bayafana. Ngakho nje behamba betshela abantu nonsense, because they are as misinformed as the people they are claiming to inform. So I've seen that people misunderstand mhla kuthiwa idlozi lakho selikushiyile. Abathi idlozi lakho lishiye wena. Idlozi likuleya ndawo lalikade likuyona. Idlozi will remain kuleya ndawo. It is you. Even the point yokuthwasa. Ukuthwasa is to train you to understand spiritual better. Meaning, the point of spirituality where wena mntu wenyama nedlozi meet, it will always be in that same level. Now you are taught hlehla kanje, enza lokhu, ewula kanje, memeza kanje, khwaza idlozi kanje, enza lokhu nalokhu nalokhu. All of those things are a stepping stone. They are stepping stones for you to come from here to here. Then you will understand idlozi lakini better. Hello. So I'm not faulting izangoma that use that term, but please explain to the person what you mean. Now I've taught you, teach them. I know that you were telling them before because you yourself didn't know, but at least now you do. So after watching this video, if you are a sangoma who walks around telling abantu ukuthi bashiye amadlozi futhi wena uyakwazi ulibuyisa leli dlozi, yeah, nawo onke manje amagama owasebenzisayo to recruit or convince the client that they need your help. But at least give them the respect to explain to them what you mean. Give them the respect to at least explain what you mean. Khona abantu lapha abathi babuyise emadlozi, bathi bahlambulula idlozi. Bika kulo muntu ukuthi yini lo ekhulumayo. Explain to them that ngihlambulula wena so that you come back to grace. Ucakamela isilwane kungakho idlozi lakini lingasakwazi ukunikeza indaba ethile, lingasakwazi ukuvakashela ngangendlela ethile, because you, wena mntu wenyama, you person of the flesh, have detached from idlozi. You are the one ophuma esiporweni. Isiporo asikwazi ukuphuma kuwe. Nguwe mntu wenyama, wena flesh, wena mntu weflesh, mntu wenyama, wena mntu wenyama. You are the one who has detached from idlozi. Idlozi will always be at the point lapho idlozi elalikade likhona mhlala kungena. Stop this thing of teaching people half things or giving them half information. I understand for some, they give half information because they are half informed themselves. So you can't give me 10 rand on a 5 rand. Some yezangoma they 5 rand. So you can't expect a person on a 5 rand pocketing to give you 10 rands. They will give you a minus of what they already have. So you go to a 5 rand sangoma, they will give you 1 rand. They can't give you more. They cannot give you more. You can't expect 10 rand from 5 rand. You can't. You can't. People are misinformed now because you are telling them information that does not exist. You're giving people information that does not exist because you yourself, the informer, is misinformed. Some of you know, you just choose not to. Because there are izangoma that are good, but are greedy. Yes. Yes. There are many zangoma that are good, but they are greedy. So, even those who know will misinform you. Let us stop this. Let us stop this thing. Let us stop this. We are being easily penetrated because we lack the spine. We lack the ability of saying no. We lack the point of valuing self, to not compromise your values. Midlozi lukuphatha kahle, midlozi wena uliphatha kahle lakusebenzela. I've always said this. I've always said this. I have never worked a day in my life. Not a single one. Not a single day in my life. People who come to where I live, they can't comprehend. They struggle to digest that this is a house of a person who has never worked a day in their lives. For those who saw my car, people ask me, what else do you do, man? Like, what else do you do? I'm like, ngiyasebenza. Like, where? No, ngihamba hotels. Angenzi lutho. Ngihamba hotels. My company is very young. Got my company registered 2018. Started making money out of the company 2019 mid-year. And I've been a sangoma for over 11 years. So trust me, if you have seen what I have, I did not accumulate it after having a company, no. I had this thing ngoba ngihlonipha ngisebenza. Futhi mengiphahla ngiyazi ukuthi ngiphahlelani. Sengicishe ngibizwa ngomloyi. Ngibizwa ngomthakathi, abanye bakhetha ukuthi mina ngithwele. Abanye bathi nginempundulo. Akukho nje abangangiphi kona, because they have lost the will of finding out anymore how. They stop understanding how. They've stopped trying to understand how. In my area, there's almost 5, if not 6 years ago, but everyone knows Lapi Motos Imakona. I have perfected into Miami Obsebenzi that I work on appointments. Yes. Together to that point where I work on appointment. If you do not make an appointment, I cannot help you unless I deem you worthy. Unless I consider your situation to be an emergency. If I don't feel it is, then to me it is not. People who are regular Joes esilwaneni know that you call Musa esilwaneni. You call me. Because ngingakhona la endlini ngithi mina ngikho. Ngingakhona la ngithi angikho. Do things right. If you do things right, when you do things right, you don't feel the need of shortcuts. you don't feel izinto zokusizana nedlozi. Okay, that's a bit selfish of me, ngoba yes, yeah, asifani kodwa. Before you want to be together, just be you. Be Mkhize, be Khadebe, be Khumalo, be Gatsheni of your own. You see? Be a Nongenzi of your own before you want to be a together. Kingi yabantu kungafuni ukuhlonipha what they are. Usagcoka ubuhlalo esimukulweni, and you still want to and you still expect to work on the same level as I. Come on. Usangene endumbeni engayi-1 ngelanga yo ngeviki, and you still expect. Come on. Uyazi indumba yakho only mhla wehluleka, usenkingeni. Mawukhuluma emakhosini only wenza ukubhedela, usenkingeni. Let's do better. There are vultures out there who are waiting to pick on us. And we are our own knives, own suicidal instruments. We destroy more thousands and thousands of years worth of knowledge. Because now we only see that knowledge fit to make money. For the 2 cents I'm giving you, I'm not compensated. I'm not. But I feel it is time to educate you. I feel it is time to do this. Please, let us do better. Let us do better. Namhlan Pahlan with purpose. Zazi ukuthi uphahlelani. Ungaphahli ungazazi ukuthi uphahlelani. First, notify ukuthi yini le ngiyiphahlelayo. And let lento oyiphahlelayo not be imali. Phahlela indlela yokufumana or ukuthola imali. Uzoyithola imali. Phahlela indlela yokubona noku-understand inkqubo yedlozi. Uzothonga ngcono. Identify a way lapho ungazolalela kulabantu kahle before telling them ukuthi mabakhulume nawe. And then when you find that way, live in it. An hour has passed in Kuluma. Makela, uhlwile. Ngiyathemba ukuthi nilalele. I'm gonna wait for, I have 5.5 minutes now until I end the live, or until I decide to end the live. Thokozani. Oh, again ngifuna ningibikele ukuthi kungabe kanti lento yendaba ye-live zasebusuku niyazifuna yini. I've been inboxing a few people I think they have what it takes to come on this platform bakhulume nani. Few people whom I think have the potential to learn so that they could better themselves. The idea behind this is that sithuthuke sonke. That's the idea. So I've been connecting with a few yezangoma, abantu abathwase baqeda nalaba basathwasayo, so that we polish laba basathwasayo ukuthi bazi ngcono, and then we polish ourselves. Ngadliseli lana ngabo 15 years kodwana akho lutho oluzingisile incamango la engikhulumayo. Asibonge. So I'm gonna try this weekend and connect with lezangoma les. If they agree, some of them have, a few have. I'm looking at 10 maybe. And I'm already halfway. I have 6 people. So I'm gonna look for 4 more. And after I get that 4, I'll start the room. Yes. I have 6 already. I'm looking for 4 more. And trust me, I'm not looking for abantu bias. I'm looking for people who are willing to learn. Umuntu who's willing to learn is far better than lo cabanga ukuthi yazi. It's far better. So yes, Uktwasa should be in a global scale because it is. But it is us, the people, abatwasayo, who diminish the value yokuthwasa, yobungoma. All over the world, abantu abathwasayo bakhona, babizwa ngendlela ezahlukile. It's just that thina as Africans understand this terminology, especially thina bangoni, thina bantu. We understand this terminology and this way of living, regardless the tribe you come from, the clan you come from, no bloodline. Everyone of this skin texture knows. It's a Friday. It's a Saturday anyways. It's a Saturday now. It's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. Yeah, it's a Saturday. Time now is exactly 9 minutes past 1 a.m. And I have a few seconds now until I finish the live. So amathongo anivakashele kahle kulabo abazolala, kulabo abangalali akuze kube kuhle, sibonane ngakusa. Thokozani. Mabebuza kusho bani? Kusho mina Thukela. Usesilwaneni la. Ngiyathokoza.